Good morning and welcome to the Virtual Film Company Studio One on VR Chat this fine December morning as we wait for the alien ark to arrive, and that should be in approximately 5 to 10 days. You know, with these types of things, one can't always be exact. And with aliens, you never know what they're going to be up to next. But we're preparing, and so is the rest of the world. The United Nations have gone into active surveillance mode as a test. They're not admitting that this might be a spacecraft, but they're saying this is a good opportunity to perform a test just in case they were invaded by aliens, and after the test they'll know exactly what to do. And today we have Mystery with us. Welcome, Mystery.
Yeah, you would think that there would be more things on the news with it being this kind of a timeline. You would think that there would be more of an urgency. It seems that they don't want to detour people from going into survival mode when they need to be shopping for the holidays and spending money. You know, we need people to be thinking about Christmas right now, not, the Ark. But I mean, it is a complete mystery on at what point does this become a comet to an arc, because at this point we're a few days away. So you would think that at this point we would actually know.
Well, we're not going to know until it arrives, and there's so much speculation out there. One of the other rumors, let's call it that, is that the celestial stars and everything else are aligning up apparently the same way they did when Jesus was born. So maybe there's another second coming that's going to be happening with all of this as well. It's definitely going to be an interesting close to 2025. Hopefully we'll all see 2026.
So this is as good a time as any to pray.
Well, I don't know about praying, maybe underground bunkers, survival, food to last you a couple of years, weapons of mass destruction, and all of those things, that people think will protect them from the end of the world. It may protect them for a little bit, but the end is always near.
That was a very interesting list that you rattled off there. There was a few items in there that I don't know what to, there's a lot of people not prepared. There's been many times in the past that they've not been prepared. Again, I'm just on that. I feel like the people who really run everything is these people who have businesses, and their businesses are ran by people being out and spending money, shopping at stores, going out to eat. And this is the machine that was built. And this kind of an event taking place when they need to keep people so focused on shopping, it is an interesting timeline, because it's like we almost don't have time for something like this, with all of the Christmas shopping that needs to be done right now. That is the priority.
Well, it's a distraction, right? The governments of the world don't want people to panic and to think that there could be aliens arriving. Imagine if people decided that the aliens were indeed coming. Imagine if people actually believed us. Imagine if this was back in the G.H. Wells days, where people switched on the radio and they heard the War of the Worlds and they started panicking. That is what people are trying to prevent, and that's why I think the focus is on shopping and Christmas and everything else. Nobody wants to start a panic and have people lining up trying to leave the Earth, even if they could, because the aliens are arriving.
Yeah, I mean, as you said that, with the H.G. Wells, it gave me the chills with, addressing that kind of energy. Because at that time, to have something like that come on the radio unsuspectedly, and people were not sure if it was real or not real. And, much like the time that we're in right now, what is real, what is not real, and what to believe. It's like, if this thing shows up, are people just going to think, oh, this is AI? They made this as an AI video, you know?
Definitely. And they're going to blame me. They're going to say it's all my fault. I invented all of this. I created this AI video. And meanwhile, the aliens are taking over and people are flocking to the ark. And there'll still be some that say, no, it's all made up. It's all fictional. And as the ark leaves the earth, they will regret it and they'll finally say, well, maybe it was real. Maybe we should have taken this opportunity and gone with the aliens, because who knows what would happen.
Well, that is a mystery, that another one that it will be revealed soon enough. I look back and I'm, processing this as, as somebody being in the middle. What if this actually is going to be happening, and it is not just a comet? What would happen if they actually did arrive? And these tickets that you've sold out there to the people, they are going to are they going to be glad that they made this purchase? What is this all going to it's a whole new beginning. There's a lot of people that would welcome a fresh start, especially could you imagine if these were actually people that they wanted, the artists and the creative people of the planet, and to those are the people we want, not necessarily the people with the deepest pockets with all the money, because maybe money does nothing for what they are about to do. I mean, these are all possibilities, and I don't know. This is an interesting crossroad, another interesting crossroad in the world.
Definitely, definitely. We will see what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks, and we will be bringing you the latest news as it develops. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel at Virtual Film Company, where you can catch up on what we've been doing and what we think might have happened to the alien. As you notice, the alien is missing, and so he's either conniving with the other aliens to take over the Earth, or, as rumor has it, he's actually languishing in jail. We're not sure exactly what's going on with the alien these days.
Yeah, I mean, it is a mystery, and I do think it's very interesting that the original prediction was going to be only a few days from now, and now they're saying closer to the Christmas day, to where, how convenient. That was one of the first things that I thought was interesting within that parallel of, why make them arrive on the 20th when Christmas would be a much more fitting day?
Well, you never know exactly what calendar one's working off. Aliens have different calendars, and, give or take a few days and all of that. So, it may happen on what we Earthlings call Christmas Day, or it may happen before that. But definitely it's planning, or the people that are tracking this are saying that it's going to happen in December. So if we get to January and nothing has happened, then perhaps the aliens took a look at Earth and decided, no, we don't want these people after all, and we're going to leave and find somewhere better.
Yeah. But any last minute ticket sales that you want to, if people want to spend Christmas dollars, do you have any announcement with that in closing you know, before we close?
No, unfortunately, the tickets have sold out so well that we don't have any tickets left. So if you haven't bought your ticket, I'm afraid that's another lost opportunity. And perhaps in a few thousand years, another ark will come to Earth and you will have another opportunity to buy tickets. But I'm afraid to say all the tickets have been sold.
What about the waiting list? You had a waiting list as well.
The waiting list is full up. So, this is a good example of not taking action when one should. When opportunities are presented to you, take them. Don't wait around because, as you see, things fill up very quickly, particularly when it comes to the alien ark and escaping from this planet.
There's got to be all of the people who have bought the ticket have to be so excited that they secured their ticket when they did. And those on the waiting list as well, because, they, it is going to be an interesting time. So thank you for the update. We did put it out there to you, so they can't say they weren't given the opportunity.
Yes, let us know if you see any aliens in grey suits, although that might be changing as laws are put into place to prevent aliens from walking around in grey suits.
Yeah, but I thought you said that these could be a whole different set of aliens than the Greys. That was part of the. Anyways, that's for another day. It's a mystery for another day.
Indeed. So if you see any type of alien, be sure to let us know on our YouTube channel at Virtual Film Company, and we can all start tracking what's going on and better inform the public. I hope everyone has a wonderful day and stay tuned. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your week. And if we don't speak to you before Christmas, have a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful New Year. But, that's a long time away from now, a couple of weeks. So we encourage you to watch all of our videos here on this channel in the meanwhile and let us know what you would like us to be doing in the new year. Any new adventures you would like to see the team go on.
Thank you.